works that sit at the intersection of like the human condition and technology, and how do we better design technology, our interactions, our experiences to meet the needs of everyday people where they are.
Right.
It's kind of an easy summation of the work that we do.
Right.
As a result of that, I'm part of the Human Experience Research Lab, and this is what the program is birthed out of.
Okay.
So my personal background, I have a bachelor's in electrical engineering.
Nice.
My master's is in industrial engineering, and my second master's is in instructional technology and African American studies, and
Wow.
my PhD is in computer science.
Okay.
So kind of a summation of...
Right, and that's what, you actually answered the question I was going to have for you, which was, I mean, what is, you guys are doing work, it's, I mean, it could be called social work on one end, and then it's very scientific on the other end, but I guess your background as far as African American studies and your background in all the science, because there was a lot, all the science accolades in the field of science that you have, it's like the perfect combination for, I think, I guess what you do right now.
Yeah, so like I said, we're very much interested in not just tech for the sake of tech, but understanding the people that use the tech and the experience. I specifically specialize in tech and diverse populations. So looking at underserved communities, minorities, people with disabilities, right. Indigenous populations, things of that nature.
Okay, cool.
And so looking at how our experiences in terms to how we come to tech and how we interact and appropriate tech, right? So the way you build tech depends upon, or the way you build and use tech, you build it from your own experiences.
Okay.
And so if everyone's coming at it from these different walks of life and different experiences, how do we build that into the way we design tech? Everything from the interface, the colors, the looks, the flow, to the interaction, like the way you organize it, the way you think through it, what's valuable, what's important. All of those things are they derive from a culture, and so we pay attention to that in how we design tech.
Wow. That is like amazing. I mean, just the whole thought of it, because we do all use tech,
yeah.
no matter what walks of life you come from. So just the science behind that, I mean, is very interesting. As far as case, and can you repeat? You said case comes out of the Department of Human.
So we're in the computer science department in the College of Engineering, and in that is an area, it's a group where we study human-centered computing. Human-centered computing. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Cool. So tell me a little bit more about CASE, as far as why was there even like a need to start?
So CASE came out of an idea we had some time ago, and we met up with the Keenan Foundation, who funds the CASE project, and we kind of pitched them the idea of wanting to find different ways to better engage community and society.
Right.
I mean, computing in society. And just because that everything is going tech, right? Like tech is kind of merged in like all aspects of our lives, and so we just want to make sure that we're thoughtful in how we approach especially our communities, right? And so looking at it from birth to death, like every generation has some kind of tech experience, and how do we make sure that's positive and that they're beneficial? We're not just using the tech, but we're contributors to the evolution of tech.
Right. Wow. And that was how you guys got
Yeah, that's CASE was birthed out of that. So keep creating a pipeline.
Right. So in the field of tech, there seems to be a disconnect with our community as far as representatives. So
yes.
what can we do as far as what are you guys doing to like close that gap? I guess is the question.
So there's always kind of so I said we're in human-centered computing. Inside of human-centered computing, our lab is the Human Experience Research Lab. And we're always kind of told that we're like the best kept secret in terms of we're predominantly African American, we're predominantly female. Our group overall represents 1/3 of African American PhDs across the nation.
Wow.
And so even though we're highly represented across the board, here we have a high concentration. And so with that, we're trying to make ourselves more visible. With the philosophy, you see it, you can become it. So, and we're trying to be more engaged in the community so that we can kind of like, hey, we're doing it. We came from these same kind of communities. You can do it too. And also creating these different opportunities from workshops to various programs. And so all of that is what CASE is about.
And CASE it's not just for students. It's not just for the kids coming up, the future. It's for the whole community.
Yeah, so CASE is, like I said, it's about a pipeline. So it's getting kids engaged early. So what is programming? What is tech? What is the stuff, like, we use tech, but do we actually understand what's happening behind it? So getting those ideas in their heads, and then as we and on the other side of the spectrum with the adults, how do we innovate in that space, right? So instead of just using the tech, what can you now create? How can you use tech to either enhance your business or your livelihood or your economics, like all these different things that impact our everyday lives?
Right.
How do we now see tech differently in how we interact with it?
Wow. And you're right, because that would be so useful. You know what I mean? We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and talk about EdIT and how the community can be involved, how we can access it, and how much of a treat it is, really. So, hey, don't go away, y'all. Keep it locked right here, WMBT 90.1 FM The Beat. I'm just going to play a few songs, and let me see what I got for y'all, man. I got a little Pharrell, Rihanna, and Drake with the Lemon remix. So, hey, don't go away, y'all. Keep it locked right here. We're in the building with Dr. Wanda Eugene, the Executive Director of CASE. Hey, don't go away, y'all. All right, hey. You talk very fast. No.
I do that.
That's awesome. But let me turn this off.